What were your impressions when you first watched Shirley's films, which I think you said you watched them at Anthology?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What was Shirley's contribution to your film?
Shirley's contribution to the film was materials and comments and
comments.
kind of
In what sense? Comments.
in the sense that, okay, we would look at conjunctions of imagery and sound, and her intention was to connect and disconnect and to use also the audio that was on the pieces of film that we found, and to create kind of a nightmarish, kind of almost oppressive atmosphere.
That was your idea?
Yeah, that she wanted to perform with it, pretty much echoing the gestures in the black and white footage that her mother shot of herself. So,
but she wanted it to be depressing.
She wanted it to be thought-provoking, a document of the inaneness and the excess of a lot of the commercial filmmaking.
Are people familiar with Shirley's work, or friends of Shirley's in the room?
I took a course with Shirley at UCLA.
What was the course called?
It was actually how to make a film. I had heard Shirley was teaching there. I was working in film programming at the Motion Picture Academy. And it was everyone made a 1-minute film. She was an amazing teacher. It was one of the only and best classes on filmmaking a long time ago, in 1983.
What was the 1-minute film you made?
It was called Framed.
In the sense, she was always worried about film, where it was going, what young people would get in the future from film, how history would be perceived, or what she could contribute.
I never heard that from her.
She was very concerned. Well, I only knew her for 2 years, from 1987, well, 87 through 90. She seemed to be preoccupied with creating a portrait of herself through pieces of film, like using the film materials gathered. Yes.
I know that Shirley Clarke had Alzheimer's, and it was a long, slow process. Were you aware at the time?
No. Shirley did not. Shirley never told me anything, and when I worked with her, I found her to be fine. She was an artist, and she was very intuitive.
Suddenly sometimes.
No, she didn't tell me. No, I didn't know. But it didn't matter to me because her voice spoke to me, and we communicated.
What year was that?
87. And for 3 years we worked together. I had just finished working for 2 years with Jack Smith, who I worked with on his performance that he didn't complete, called The Pirate and the Penguin. He started the stage at Millennium. So I was very involved in learning whatever I could about experimental, avant-garde, poetic film from the two of them. I did find out later that she had it when I went back, because I took a hiatus because I had my own paper cinema to work on. When I came back to our project, she had disappeared from the hotel. So, and Wendy contacted me. She said that Shirley did not want anyone to know she had Alzheimer's. She wanted, apparently, to continue working, and she wanted to communicate with people she wanted to communicate with without being prejudged as an Alzheimer's victim.
She really went down and last conversation, she did not already recognize me at all. 3 important women filmmakers of the period went into the Alzheimer darkness, and that's Shirley Clarke, Stormy Hirsch, and Joyce Wieland. 3, no male filmmakers that I know, but 3 women, and all 3 were important in the way went into the Alzheimer.
I was curious if you guys can sum up really what Shirley Clarke's legacy was, you know, in this movement and beyond.
But very important. She made, the connection is very important for the period to understand the period, the 60s,
Yeah.
the connection. Portrait of Jason is one of the classics, early portraits of a gay personality from, this is, we are talking about the 60s. And of course, the Cool World is one of the first narrative films dealing with the black thematic in Harlem, etc. These are classics. Ornette Coleman, the film is not perfect, but still, it's, but Ornette Coleman is perfect. It's also very important.
Well, can you shed any light on the other group Shirley was involved with? She started the TP Video Space group. She began in the
I
early
don't know
70s.
much, but one thing I know, that Shirley was one of the first to really work with video. You could see her everywhere with her video camera when you could not see anyone else. She engaged, a team of Wendy, her own daughter, and then Barbara Rubin. And she did not really compete her video. She had installation presentations at the Museum of Modern Art, but not complete works. All that material is now sitting at Anthology Film Archives.
What about her legacy? Today I know Anthology did a retrospective recently, but
what can I say? I mean,
or how are you?
You are part of that. You watch it. You know as much as I know. She is not very much known.
So I met Shirley, and I liked her immediately. And as I said in my introduction, unfortunately, I didn't know about Shirley, and I went to very good film and art schools. I knew about Maya Deren, I knew about Jonas, I knew about Stan Brakhage. In all the 8 years that I studied, on and off, experimental film, because I studied other things too, I had never encountered her work from any history or any professor. So this is to say, I know other people experience the same thing. There was a stretch of time where she was not presented in film programs, her work. I don't know why.
I can tell you why.